Hey everyone, welcome back. Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound, and I have quite possibly the craziest video I've done in a while. Honestly, I didn't know if I would have 10 inclusions to the 2019 West Point Washington Quarter coins that I could effectively say were the top selling by dollar amount. But by golly, I found 10 and then some. But we are going to talk about the top 10 sales of graded 2019 West Point Washington quarters. Again, this is all part of the Great American Coin Hunt. Okay, this is the circulation rarity that has taken the coin community by storm, primarily the coin roll hunters who love going through their rolls of quarters and finding some pretty cool stuff. Now, these coins right here, if you find one, is worth to the equivalent of 4 90% silver quarters. Straight up. It's like $15 to $20 a pop every time you find one of these in your change. And I'm happy to bring to you the undeniable top 10 2019 West Point coins. Of course, this is coming hot off the heels of the newest release, the fourth one this year for 2019, which is the San Antonio Missions. So new, in fact, that you won't see any of that on this list. But let's go ahead and get started with the number 10 coin. And what I love about this list is you're going to see some kind of selection, a little bit of diversity in not only the grades, but also the grading companies. Okay, we've all known that PCGS has thrown out this big bounty for the coins, and they're paying off in a huge way. Okay, they're putting their money where their mouth is to ensure that not only do they get a lot of press regarding the new 2019 West Points, but also, let's be honest, it's not going to hurt. It's additional memberships, advertisement for their company. So what we have here is a 2019 West Point, okay, and I won't say the date anymore after this. I'll just refer to it by the national park. This one is the War in the Pacific type, okay. This is the first week of discovery example here. It's a PCGS graded Mid-State 67. This is a grade that you want if you're going to send these out to those grading companies. You want 67s and 68s. As you'll see, they command the most amount of money. This one sold on eBay June 23rd of 2019 in the amount of $2,495. Now, there is a best offer. There was a slash line, so it probably sold for around maybe $2,200, $2,300. But this tells the whole story right here when the number 10 coin sold for over $2,000. This is pretty significant in terms of modern coins. Okay, we haven't quite seen something quite to this magnitude, but when a coin sells for over $2,000 and it's the number 10 coin on the list, we have some serious issues with where our money is going. That's for sure. All right, so that's the number 10 coin. The number 9 coin on the list that you see here is an example of the American Memorial Park quarter. Okay, this one also West Point. This one, however, was graded NGC, Mid-State 68, which is the top grade. This is the grade that you want right here. This one sold on eBay July 17th of 2019 in the amount of $3,000. Pretty nice. And to say that the first week of discovery or the first discovery or the first week or the early find provenance plays a role in the dollar figure, think again. As you can see on the label of this particular coin, it says none of that. It just gives a grade, the quarter, the date. What it really boils down to is that Mid-State 68 number. Okay, that's kind of like the key numerical grade that you want on this coin regardless, in order for it to be worth a lot of money. Okay, so the number 8 coin on the list that we have here is another American Memorial West Point quarter. This one, however, is an NGC Mid-State 68. Okay, so it's that same numerical grade as the previous example. However, this one says early release on the slab label. Okay, and it does play a little bit of a role in the actual dollar amount that this one sold for. Now, keep in mind, this one sold about a month earlier compared to the previous example on eBay. This one sold June 12th of 2019 in the amount of $3,561. Crazy money. Out of the first three examples here, we have covered $9,000 out of three West Point quarters. There's a lot of money to be made in this program. I always thought, oh, you don't even need to grade these, but if you can make money grading on them, you know, by all means, that might be the way to go. I'm sure there are people making tens of thousands of dollars doing this very practice. So the next one that we have here is the number 7 coin. Okay, this one is a War in the Pacific West Point quarter. This one is graded NGC, excuse me, Mint State 68. This one says first release on the slab label. And as you can see, it's watermarked by the actual eBay seller. So I'm going to go ahead and give credit to Tasmic Enterprises as being the seller attributed to making this one happen right here. So this one sold on eBay June 23rd of this year for $3,995. Okay, and this one does say best offer, but it doesn't show a lower price. So let's just, for argument's sake, say $3,900 is what this one sold for. Another NGC graded coin, which goes to show you again, NGC for a lot of people is one of those preferred companies because they're a little bit more lenient on the grades. Okay, so this might very well be a 67 through PCGS, or through NGC it has fetched that 68 grade pretty easily. So the next one that we have here is going to be an American Memorial West Point quarter. Okay, this one right here is an early release graded NGC Mint State 68. So we have another top pop grade for this coin, and this one sold on eBay June 13th of 2019 in the amount of $3,995. So it sold for the same amount of money as the War in the Pacific before it. All right, so there you go. The prices just keep shooting up, but you got to make sure it's Mint State 68 regardless. The coin has to be absolutely clean and exhibit mark-free surfaces, which is kind of hard to do considering that this was dumped into Philadelphia Endeavorment bags, albeit not gently either. So a 68 is a tough grade. The next one that we have here is actually our first Lowell National Park quarter inclusion on the list. This one is a PCGS Mint State 65. This is on the list the very first discovery attributed coin as notated on the slab label. Okay, this is one of two coins that shared in the first discovery bounty of $5,000, if you guys remember right. And this is actually the lowest grade out of the two. So this one is a Mint State 65 through PCGS. The second example is a 66, which you will see further up the list. But this one sold on eBay July 15th of 2019 for $4,000. Okay, pretty incredible. Again, the money is just huge. It factors in really nice with how successful this program has been. Okay, that's the number 5 coin. You could only imagine the last 4 coins are going to be absolute bombs on this list. So let's put this into perspective. If you thought about not grading these, you might want to reconsider. Okay, but make sure that you throw in some of the finest grades that you do have. So the next one that we have here is a War in the Pacific. This one's interesting. It's not an NGC graded coin, and we've talked about how lenient NGC is on their grading standards when it comes to all coins, not just quarters, moderns, or what have you, but all coins in general. This one right here is attributed as an early find, okay, which isn't the first discovery. It's not the first week of discovery, but it's one of those, I guess, within the 30-day period in which it was discovered and subsequently sent off for grading. This is a PCGS Mint State 68. So the 68 on this particular graded slab example by PCGS means quite a bit more in the context of the overall end realized sale, the dollar value, if that makes it easy. So this is a what they call Pop 3. There are only 3 at this grade. All right, so it's the finest known. This one sold on eBay July 31st of 2019 for $4,600. Crazy. This is just stupid money flying all over these graded coins, and we have 3 left to go, and these will knock your socks off. So the number 3 coin on the list is that First Discovery Lowell National Park West Point Quarter. This one, however, is the finest graded out of the 2 at a PCGS Mint State 66. This is one of 2 coins of the First Discovery for the Lowell. This one sold on Great Collections way back, April 28th of 2019. It seemed like ages ago, April, when this program first kicked off. It's crazy. But this one sold for $5,175. All right, which at the time effectively made this the most expensive West Point quarter. However, there were 2 other sales, both hosted by Great Collections, that I'm glad and happy to talk about on this list. Will just blow you away. So the number 2 coin on the list is this War in the Pacific example that you see here. This one is a First Discovery. This is one of 3 coins that was submitted at the same time or received at the same time that split that $2,000 bounty. All right, so the $700 a piece or whatever it came out to be was probably the least important thing about this. This one graded PCGS Mint State 67, okay, which made it the highest grade at the time out of the 3. And this one sold on Great Collections August 4th of 2019 in the amount of $6,018.75. $6,000, guys. Whoa. I've talked about it before, but seeing all the dollar values straight up and down from 1 to 10 is just mesmerizing. To think that people spend the kind of money for these coins graded, and these are brand new releases. Think about that for a second. So we have one more coin, and it's going to be this 2019 West Point. We're going to finish it off by me saying the actual date of the coin. War in the Pacific, First Discovery. So much like the number 2 coin, in which that was a War in the Pacific, Mint State 67, finest grade out of the 3. This one right here was a PCGS Mint State 64, the lowest grade out of the 3. Yet, it sold for the most amount of money between the 3 examples, let alone all of the sales that you've heard on this broadcast today. So this one sold on Great Collections June 30th. Okay, the other example, the number 2 example, sold in August. So there's a difference there. June 30th of this year for $6,187.50. It just doesn't get any better than that. At the end of the day, I would love to say it's easy money. But if you're afraid of spending money to get your coins graded, I would highly advise that you don't. All right, I know I seem kind of wishy-washy on all of this, but I'm sure these folks have submitted 10, 20, 30 coins in order to get some of the highest grades that you have heard about today on this video. So even though you are not the first discovery of either this San Antonio Missions quarter that is live this week, someone had actually found a few earlier examples from last week. I don't know how that happened, but it's crazy. Keep in mind, even if you don't achieve the first discovery attribution, which is tough all on its own, timing plays a huge role in it. Keep in mind, you could still send these out for grading, get the first week of discovery, and send out the finest specimens that you own. Through PCGS, they are doing a deal, $20 per coin submitted. And as long as it's a first discovery or first week of discovery provenance on the label, they will also do the Secure Plus. Okay, that's notated by that gold shield on the front of the coin. Okay, they take a little extra care in the package of your coin. Not saying that they don't on the other examples, but they're going the extra mile for the first discovery, first week of discovery coins. So definitely a good gig. If you have a spare $100 to spend on the grading fees, I would highly advise that you would do such a thing with the new release, the San Antonio missions, and then the next one that comes out in the end of November. It's going to be worth it. But I'm glad to talk about this top 10 list of 2019 West Point quarters realized sales. As you can see, they all happen through eBay and Great Collections. Great Collections seems to have a leg up on the competition when it comes to consigning the first discovery examples of all these coins, which is phenomenal. That's great marketing. But in any event, it was a lot of fun discussing this, and I hope you had fun too, taking a look at the pictures and hopefully motivating you that there is gold at the end of the rainbow, and you should certainly take advantage of this program while it is hot and coming out of the oven. It's a lot of fun. So I want to thank you guys for joining in. Like, share, subscribe as usual. If you haven't done so, hit the bell for instant notifications. You want to make sure that you want to set it on public, so that way you can receive the notifications. People have had issues with that, and that's done through your settings. So you guys have a wonderful time searching through the newest San Antonio missions release. It was a lot of fun talking about this subject today. I wish you guys nothing but prosperity as you go through your quarter rolls. You guys take care, and I would love to hear your exploits, your wins.